last nigga. Do I spoil bitches? Hell no, man, I'm the last nigga. First place in the race or competition, you the last nigga.
We finna see what villains was valid. I feel like a lot of these villains, they was a little valid.
Well, and I read the comments, and a lot of y'all had some really good pulls that I didn't mention, so I wanted to run it back. Now we got more villains that were high-key valid. If you didn't watch the last video, don't trip, it's okay, just watch it after this one. I'll link it on the end screen. In the last video
Bro, that's a crazy Amazing World of Gumball clip. I forgot about that, bro. He was watching fruit unpeeling videos. That's wow.
Ask you guys, what is y'all's worst nightmare? Shower.
Wow.
Women. My worst nightmare? Your success. Crash, bro. I don't know. Crash.
Our beds is crazy.
I need my coins. Kanye dropping some new trash after World War III.
My worst nightmare has got to be losing everyone and everything I love in a heartbeat.
Mine's Kool-Aid Man, but you do you, gang.
The question I got for y'all today is, what is y'all favorite video game? And don't give me no weak answer either. Be genuine.
Favorite? Honestly, I don't even think I have a favorite. Favorite. Yeah, I don't have a favorite game. There's too many games I mess with for me to have a favorite.
I know damn well all y'all favorite game ain't no Call of Duty or NBA 2K. You better type down that Jack and Daxter. All right, first up on the list, and would have been on the last one if I didn't use Magneto as the token Marvel Big Bad, is that robotic nigga Ultron. Ultron was created by Tony and Bruce for one purpose: scan the galaxy for threats against Earth. They were trying to make their job as Avengers easier, trying to get on that Batman prep time timing. No more fades on sight, Loki. Next time you pull some BS, these niggas gonna be ready. So Ultron's purpose was to find things that are threatening to humans and stop them. Even if you haven't seen the movie, you just know where this is going if you understand how AI be acting when you give him a prompt. That nigga heard that, and get this, it gets better. This guy Ultron got internet access, did research on human history, and came up to the conclusion that humans count as threats against themselves.
Oh wow.
This dude Ultron.
I'm saying, wow, like I ain't seen this movie over 20 times.
The deluxe drop of that movie. Everyone look at iRobot and say, this is why AI shouldn't be a thing. Nah, dog. Ultron is why AI shouldn't get too advanced. You mean to tell me he saw what they were saying on Twitter and said,
okay, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I have a homie that spammed me with these videos, bro. Like, I just stopped opening, whatchamacallit. I just stopped opening, bro, TikToks because I just knew it was gonna be one of these.
Oh, yeah. These niggas gotta go.
Like, bro, no way.
What's a hubcap is crazy.
That nigga stumble on for him to want to end us all. I can't even imagine. As to why I say he's high key right, he is not right about the idea of ending humanity whatsoever. I would not say that like, bro, I want to be alive. But he was literally given a prompt from Tony and Bruce, and them niggas weren't specific enough. They ain't say no, but if they're also human, it's all right. Like, no, they just said anyone who's a threat to humanity. These dudes too dang smart to not think this over. They for real fumbled their greatest creation because they didn't want to be descriptive enough. Dude just saw us humans for who we were and made the correct decision. This is why we shouldn't put too much into AI. Man, I'm telling you, Ultron gonna be a real guy someday. But hopefully by then, I'm peacefully asleep.
I'm saying,
I don't want to live to see that. We gonna get hot here early because I know none of y'all expected to see him. Buddy, yes, I have Syndrome from Incredibles on this list. Now, I understand.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this take. Just because, he was like 12, trying to do superhero stuff with Mr. Incredible. He was keeping bro safe. I'm just saying.
He did some terrible things. Bro was packing up soups on a spree. I mean, it's an impressive feat considering that he has no powers, but dang, he's evil as hell. But the reason I got him here is because he's proving his point, which was that anyone can be, you know, technically, hypothetically, a superhero. I mean, he wasn't a hero, he was a villain, but anybody can do the job, basically, what he wanted to prove. By killing you. When Buddy was young, he was a fan, a huge fan of Mr. Incredible. Had the posters on his walls and all that. He really glazed that man. Mr. Incredible was his version of LeBron. Now imagine you finally link up with your hero and ask him if you can help him out in any such ways, and that nigga shunned you off in some pretty rude ways. This is pretty much what Scottie Pippen did to Future, but instead of offing people, he just cracked his wife as revenge. I completely get that Mr. Incredible was literally fighting someone who was bombing all over the place. Like, yes, he was dealing with a literal terrorist at the time when Buddy asked him, but he could have definitely gave him time of day after he was all done. And low-key, Mr. Incredible should have heard him out, because Buddy was a natural at inventing and engineering. Like, even as a jit, he was tough. Like, look what he could do. Mr. Incredible denied, bro, like he wasn't gonna be a real help. Batman be hiring kids that do way less. Boy, you know, at least let bro make you some technologically advanced drip. So yes, Buddy got rejected, and this made him very upset. But I feel like that Buddy getting told no could have showed him that Soups wouldn't think he belonged due to his own lack of powers. Don't get me wrong, he's a bad
the
guy.
little jaw in his plate.
Overall, he wrong as hell. But like, think about it a little bit. Going back to the MCU, I got Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. I'll make this one quick. The government hold him after Loki's attack on New York, and bro just had to do what he had to do to get his paper for his family. I mean, he a bag chaser. I can't. What can I say? The Avengers and their problems be creating so many villains that it's crazy. Also, on the side note, Peter probably should have just let Vulture's robbery on Stark slide. Bro took the whole movie to bag his daughter, Liz, and when he realized that Toomes was her dad, I mean, he did what was right, which was stopping people from getting insanely high-tech weapons and reselling them. And he proved to Stark that even as a jit, he can hang with the best of them and become an Avenger, which I don't know why he had to prove that to Stark for real. He literally packed up both Falcon and the Winter Soldier and had a decent fade against Captain America in Civil War, all at the age of 15, by the way, with hardly a fraction of the experience they all had. But like, he fumbled Laura Harrier in the midst of all this. He ended up with Zendaya, so he ate good regardless. But Laura Harrier though,
I did pack a Falcon on my
Here's the
meantime,
big one everyone was yearning for. Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. This one actually mad trash.
I don't know, bro. Oh yeah, his childhood was crazy. He said his mom ain't even pull up to his own birth. Like, how the hell that happen? How was your mom not there from when you was born?
Because bro is even a bad guy for real. He just has a completely cooked past. For starters, we all know that neither his dad nor his mom showed up to his birth. How was the writer's room acting when they came up with this? Like, this has got to be the wackiest thing ever. How does your own mom not show up to your birth? This makes no sense. And he was constantly bullied by everyone, especially his parents, throughout his youth. The nigga was forced to wear dresses and used as a garden gnome. These are crazy methods of child abuse. His parents dead ass had him because they wanted a nigga to bully. Some couples trauma bond, these niggas bully bond. It's an evil world out here. Even after all that, I say that Doof is Mickey Evil, aka fraud. Like, he does what he does as a hobby and as a cope mechanism more than anything. Low-key, him and Perry are homies. They homies. This gotta be the most friendliest op shtick I've ever witnessed. Like, they probably played a game together when they're off the clock. Man, justice for Doof, he deserves better. Now, this one might be a crazy pull to some, but to me, I can't help but think about that little nigga, Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek 4. He was right. Get this. Shrek became a celebrity pretty much after all the events of the first 3 movies, and people kept bugging him, and he wanted to live a quiet and lonely life with him and his family and friends, but got to the point where he started to blame all of them for his unhappiness with his life. Like, he even told Fiona he publicly regretted saving her from the tower, and that he wouldn't have done it if he knew he'd become a public figure that he would accidentally and she was like, saying that basically means you don't love any of us, any of them, including their friends, and more importantly, herself as his wife and their 3 children, which is some crazy work. Later on, Shrek is on a walk alone to blow off some steam, and he meet that nigga Rumple, who gives him this magical deal to have a day to himself as a real ogre, analogy of being a real man, doing bachelor things without responsibility for one day, because Shrek just needs time off, and Shrek signs a contract. Like, he'll explain this in everything, but the catch is that to get this personal day off to himself, he has to give up a day to Rumple. So he agrees to give a day that he couldn't remember, thinking he got a great trade. Little did he know, he gave up the day he was born. So he ends up stuck in this alternate universe where he never existed, and everything
I'm not gonna lie.
It was so...
I totally forgot the plot of this movie. I can only remember what happened in Shrek 1.
bad that Puss in Boots I don't even know what he was. He was a fat ass nigga in Rick. Like, it wasn't good at all. Rumple definitely isn't a good dude for this, because part of the reason for doing this is wanting to be king and rule and have some power. But this could have been all prevented if Shrek just wasn't trying to be a selfish nigga and fully love and appreciate the ones he had around him, which he comes to by the end of the movie. But Rumple was high key right, because this is quite literally what Shrek signed up for. Like, he put the pen to the paper, all 5 letters of his name, and signed that contract. Nigga didn't think before he signed the paper and got put into the meanest 360 deal of all time. Not even a 360 deal. This might be the first ever 720 deal. I mess with Shrek, but this all on him. Rumple finessed you fairly, and you obliged. You should love your fam, bro. Listen, y'all, let this be a lesson.
Yo, it's
Read
Rain.
contract and don't be a deadbeat. Second one is optional, but please read
Second one is
contract.
optional is
Pen
crazy.
and paper can be devious. Now, my favorite one in this video easily has to be Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, because it is unfortunately the realest and most common way people become
He just wasn't the Dragon Warrior, bro.
evil. Tai Lung was an orphan left on Master Shifu's doorstep, and Shifu decided to raise him as not only a son, but as a student of Kung Fu. Soon it was evident that Tai had crazy natural talent, like he was mastering everything because he was tough. And Shifu told him he had potential to be a great, not just that, but the greatest. So Tai Lung made it his lifelong goal to become the Dragon Warrior. But as we all know it, Master Oogway did not have him in his vision, and looking at Shifu for support, he realized that Shifu agreed with the Oogway, which made him feel betrayed, so he tried to take it. This happens and that happens, and they put him in prison, yada yada yada, and then the events of the movie happened afterward. This all happened because of the way Shifu raised him. Like, he cemented the expectation of being the greatest, being the Dragon Warrior, into Tai Lung's head, which made him think this was his sole purpose, and anything less wasn't enough, which is just chopped parenting. This is very chopped parenting. Don't do this. This is why a lot of people are cooked now, because parents give their kids high expectations and they don't know how to go on with life after failure of said expectations. It's a shame that Tai Lung ended up the way he did, because he was for real cold as hell. I know this video is about villains who are high key or in some cases low key, right? But we must bring up the guy who people mistakenly put in this category. Thanos was wrong. Sorry, not sorry. His goal was amazing, but his vision was horrible. Like, there's so many other ways to save the universe. He didn't have to end the lives of half of it to make it better. He was just a savage. Like, he didn't have to do that. There's so many different ways to fix this.
Why didn't he just make the universe bigger?
The most obvious thing that he could have found a way for resources to be used and produced more efficiently, or even easier, just double the resources. I can't stress it enough. There's so many ways to bring balance in the universe that is crazy. If you disagree and want more methods, search it up yourself. This video got long enough. Bye.
Hey, he has some valid points for this, bro.
Me rapping, don't crash, this my destiny. I'm in a party with a bully tucked on my person. It ain't beef cause niggas slap my music behind closed curtains. GBA, you dying if you hang with the niggas. Since 2022, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the same nigga. We slinging chops in different Glocks, they come in every gym.